Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, Power Rangers edition. Today, we are going to be doing our top Power Ranger villains that each of us have made our own lists and have our top Power Ranger villains since it is October, and that is the month of Halloween. You know, a little spooky, put some spooky into it. So we have the crew, Mr. Cedric Ware. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. And then we got everyone's favorite Power Ranger list man, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, man?
Good. The Saints just scored a touchdown, so we're doing good.
Oh, good Saints touchdown.
Good Saints touchdown.
All right. So let's hop right into it. Our Power Ranger villain list. Cedric, did you get a smooth 5 or did you do like more?
So yes and no.
Okay.
I did like a kind of a 5, but see, like I also like did a list of people I like that weren't or didn't turn into Rangers. So like I have like a smooth like 8 ?
Okay. I was just checking because Byron has about the same thing, 7 to 8, right, Byron?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Byron, I'm gonna let you choose. Do you want to go first?
No, I would not like to
go first.
Byron, I'll let you pick who goes first. And since you don't want
you could just go with one and then go around.
Hey, okay. I like that.
Just saying that's easier.
You can do that. You can go first, Martin.
All right. My first one is, man, this is woos, but hang with me on it. My first one is Diva Tox.
That's not woos.
Just because the way she acted, she was, but I can't leave the woman who blew up the command center and sent Byron's favorite Ranger TJ in space.
That's not woos. I can't say here. I can't say it's woos.
Bro, I was watching some of her clips. I'm like, dang, why was I afraid of this girl? And then she blew up the command center. I said, oh,
that's why.
She said a whole army. First of all, she found out the Rangers' secret identities. I was like, oh, hell no. And then she tried to bust into their graduation.
Yeah,
that almost worked.
And she said the command center, say less, sent a whole army, blew up their Megazords, blew up the command center, took Zordon, and then the start of In Space, they're partying it up, living lavish.
That's all I say. It's not woos. She actually was out here doing shit.
She's just her voice. I couldn't stand.
Plus, she's in the movie.
She is in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Timo. Okay. But yeah, that was my first one. Diva Talk. Shout out to her. You know, messed up the Turbo Rangers. But all right, Cedric, go ahead, man.
Sorry, I had to close the fantasy app because looking at Gaskin on the field instead of Kirk is really pissing me off because I know I put that nigga in. All right. So you started with 5.
I mean, I was just throwing because I actually also had other people. I think I have like 8 tabs open.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if you had them in any particular order or not.
Oh no, you'll know when I'll work my way up to my big ones, but I'd start with Diva Talks.
So she's in one of mine, but she was like not this like she's one of my like subs in that doesn't become later a Ranger. Also in that list, and again, this is why I was cool with you not being woos, is Master Org.
Oh, Master Org!
That nigga was out there. First of all, I think it was out there really a human, believing he was an org, commanding a legion of orgs, and then became an org, and then really started tripping. Like that was something else, man. And then find out it's Cole's dad. Like,
Right.
just for like pure drama, I had to have it. I was like, this is like the most drama-filled fucking evil villain I've ever seen Power Rangers do.
Bro, I remember too when his little minions found out. I was like, man, I don't think that's the real Master Org. I was like, huh?
What you mean?
I was like, what you mean? That dude got a big old horde. Look at that. Oh man.
They actually had him higher on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I had to respect some people out here with, even though they became Rangers later, they really fucked some shit up. So that's why I have like a switch. So that's like,
Master Orc's final form was woozy. He looked
absolutely.
I said, y'all couldn't do better character design? I'm looking at this picture right now.
They used everything else.
That's true. Wild Force was really going, too. They had 2 crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were going.
Forever Red, it will always be my favorite crossover.
Cole is too woozy for me, though. Cole reminds me of Davis from Digimon. That's how woozy that man is.
Davis.
I don't even know if that's that's fucked up.
Go ahead, Byron.
My person is Astronema.
That's a good pick.
She, was Andros's sister, got kidnapped when she was little, raised evil by Ecliptor.
That's my boy. He's a real one.
Yes,
my man came back with the fucked up eyes. I got a special spot in my heart for like the mid-tier minions. That's like you be out here all the time fighting every single fight, every single round. Like I got there's a special spot in my heart because you taking an L, but you still going, and your dude's gonna be pissed at you when you come back after that L, but you still going. Like
he is a real one. That's my bro. He was
when he came back, I was like, man, this is the closest thing to Goldar we gotten. Like, okay, I see you out here. Like Goldar come out here, no, he taking the L. He don't give a damn though. He's like, Rangers, and we'll kill you, Rangers. Like,
oh man, but I got Astronema on my list too. She's smooth. She's
on my list as someone that later becomes a Ranger.
Yeah. But no, she's smooth. I mean, she was there running shit. I mean,
she was.
Diva Talks got hot. That they picked her to lead the thing instead of her. She's like, what? I beat the Rangers. How am I not getting picked? I was like, damn, I feel you. Like, this is some favoritism shit right now.
I mean, it is what it is.
Diva Talks is strong, but dang, so you went strong, all right? I don't know who else. So I had man, Byron, good for you, man. Starting with a woman too. You learned from last time.
He's like, let me get this one real quick out the
way. No, I got 2 of them on my list.
Oh.
Well, then I know what the other one is.
And then since we already said strong, my other one too, who I really mess with later half of it, Trikina.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Because Cedric really had me thinking on our, also, if you haven't listened to Naruto What If ones, make sure you listen to that. He had me really thinking about how a certain Uchiha Sasuke hasn't really trained for nothing. Trikina had a whole training episode. Like, she was in there, I was like, damn, she
had a whole metamorphosis episode too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, this girl really, low key, I'm on her side. They killed her dad. She got to get ready to smoke him. And she kidnapped Cole, brought him to the place for one-on-one sword combat. I was like, huh? I was like, all right, girl. She was going to work. And then when they killed her at the end, Cole had to bring her point blank range with his battle eyes or blow them both up, basically. I'm like, dang. She was out there working.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Trikina had a whole bigger training arc than Sasuke. That's wild.
Well,
I can't speak on that, man. I told myself the other day, I was like, I'm going to have to give them a break.
Oh. But I mess with Trikina heavy. Like she can go. She can go. Go ahead, Cedric.
So another one on my list. And this guy really made it on my list just because he blew up the command center too. I mean, granted, it was like kind of him and Goldar, but shoot, I ain't gonna lie, Goldar wouldn't have been able to do that stuff alone. And that's Rito Repulsa. Because I still remember, like, that's one of my, like, I actually am a really big fan of Power Rangers Zeo, because that's when my guy got his start at Red. And I was really just like, damn, this is how it's going to work. Like, we going out here with, like, Native Americans and all that shit. Everyone's going, like, to their origins. When we found out that Adam is Asian descent, would not have guessed that from the show, but it worked out. All of that, man, after this man planted the bomb in the command center and blew that puppy up. And we thought Alpha was gone. We thought Zordon got smoked too. Like, then we got to see that nice, clean underground lab that Billy and Alpha built. That thing was clean.
They were prepared, because I was like, dang, they really dead.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, no offense to Diva Times, but I feel like that's what when they realized, like, this was actually a really good way to, like, move over into a new chapter, because it's like, with Mighty Morphin, we saw a lot of switches. Technically, there's 3 different types of Rangers in Mighty Morphin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But all those are just like, we just lost power coins or we lost our Zords. Like, with this one, it's like, everything's gone. Like, the command center's gone. We got nothing. Like, we have no choice but to leave. Like, so I rocks with it. I rocks with him being in there. I mean, I got other people on my list that plan the shit, but him taking one for the team was going. Plus, I love their wooziness with him and Bulk and Skull and Rito and Goldberg when they lost their memories and didn't know who they were. Mm-hmm. That was funny. Oh man, as a kid, I would laugh too hard.
All right. Byron, who you got, man? Who's next up for you?
Next is actually Trikina as well. She was a princess and ended up watching her father get killed. So she started training, like you said, and she came back and fused with Deviat, became evil as hell, and just wanted total destruction. So that's why she's next on my list.
Yes. I mean, next on mine would have been we'll just keep going. It would have been also, you've already said her, Astronema, just because I don't know if we've seen a character arc like hers, man. Like hers was some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you already stated, it got kidnapped and brother to the Red, basically liked by the Silver. Like you're really out here running things.
And like, she had them different hairdos.
She was getting them good paychecks over there. She had different hairdos every 4 episodes.
She was getting re-brainwashed, like left and right. Like it was rough.
I said, dang. Anytime she has a split thing of her memory, they're like, oh yeah, we gotta wipe you. Like she's a Winter Soldier. Like, damn.
Here's a mouth guard.
They were really wiping her shit clean.
It's true. I mean, like she come back like even partially because like they be like, oh, remember like who's I don't know who you are. What? We had this whole episode where we like low-key connected.
Mm-hmm. Had a little, I think wasn't it a necklace thing that Andros saw that she's like, how do you have that? Mm-hmm. And that man, she was also the figurehead for the United Alliance of Evil. That shit gets me weak. That name, United Alliance of Evil. I'm like, dang, y'all couldn't invite me to the cookout when I was 7. I was crying, y'all blew shit up. But nah, I got her too. Go ahead, Cedric.
Oh man, I gotta give it to an OG. Psycho Ranger Pink.
Oh, splitting them up, not doing them as a group?
I give them it all, but really low key, like I came in front, like between blue, red, and black, they got smoked like the first 2 episodes. So
Pink was crazy. She was crazy.
Pink was one that survived.
Survived. went to the next season after that.
Like, I gotta give her props. Like, she was out here listening. Like, I mean, granted, she survived on some scary ass shit the first time because Yellow was really on that about it shit. Because she was like, I'm gonna go listen, it's me or you. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, Pig's like, I'll play the long game. But honestly, like, Psycho Rangers in general, like when that happened, that was the first time we've seen like a whole team of evil, like Critical Rangers. And it's not like you evil for a minute, then you turn good and help us out. It's like, nah, we all don't fuck with you.
No.
And plus they all had like monster forms too, which was kind of woozy, but kind of cool. It was in between. But whenever they showed up, man, it was out there going.
Bro, another thing with them too, because I mean I had them high up too. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you have them too.
Yeah, I had them higher up.
So also with them too, because I mean they were created by Astronema, and she was like, I'm gonna use y'all to smoke the Rangers, and I'm gonna use y'all to smoke Dark Spectre too. Because every time y'all fight and he gets weak, I'm like, oh my god, this girl's a real one. He said, I'm tired of this brainwashing bullshit. You want to get smoked, you're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, I have Pink.
Because she killed old girl from Lost. She killed her, man.
She did.
Yes, sir.
Like, you killed a whole Power Ranger. They didn't retire. You killed her.
Then Charon became the Pink Ranger.
Shit. They were different. Like, they were really just showing up a whole team. They didn't get a 6th run, did they? They only had the 5.
Yeah, they only had the 5, and then the Silver Ranger impersonated the Psycho Silver, even though he wasn't a real thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they had one, but it wasn't a real one.
I'm effing with. All right. Byron, who you got?
Next, I had Master Org. Because he destroyed the most Zords in any Power Ranger season.
Him or his crew.
Well, that's true. Him and his crew.
Oh, one of those members will be coming soon.
I was going to say, that man collected bodies.
That is true.
He'll be coming soon.
But I had to put some respect on his name.
That's fair.
I
will give you this. They had to, up until, I would say, probably, I think they still had more Zords than Dino Thunder. But the other Dino one, that's when they just got reckless with like 11 Power Rangers. So, like, they have like the second most Zords out here.
Yeah, that's true. But Master Org, I respect. Yeah, I respect Master Org. I mean, I kind of wanted to put Dark Spectre on my list, but I'm like, bro, you were just big. You weren't even doing nothing for real.
That's fair.
Like, you're the whole commander of this. I'm like, why am I finding out about you 3 seasons in? You should have came when the Power Rangers got ninja powers. You should have came and blew them up then.
Yeah, nah, man, that's not how we do it.
I know.
The evil community be taking turns, just like it's our turn to try to conquer Earth.
Like, oh man, they were woozy. I mean, I almost thought about Rancic from Time Force because that man really hated humans. Like, that was real hate. And I was like,
yeah, like, didn't they, like, I mean, dude really was breaking, like, him and his daughter really got problems.
Yes. Yeah. Like, that man was really, like, he really hated humans. I'm like, damn, bro, what did they do to you?
I mean, you could pick, what's his name? Though I guess, like, all these people, most of the times the people who really, really hate humans are people who were human at one point in time. And then, like, changed who they were. Mesagog.
I thought I had an item in, like, an honorable. He was. No,
he gave hands. He had hands too, though. Like,
yeah, I had him on my list.
Some villains don't got hands, and it'd be funny. It's like your turn to fight somebody, and you're just like, you're the big guy who's super slow, and you be getting hit in the gut by a Power Ranger. You have to be tough.
Well, I just thought of Rancic too because at the beginning, you thought he killed the Red Ranger in their timeline. That's the reason they came back, to get West to use his DNA. I was like, dang, you out here killing Red Rangers?
That's true.
You must be tough. And
He's
then
like a sacrifice.
And then Alex was what? Alex was different. I'm like, dang, drill sergeant, they just chilling at a clock tower. They thought you were dead.
Well,
but I mean, but Messergog, that's a good one too, because he was out there. He was out there doing it too. I almost wanted to consider the Lightspeed Rescue one, because I need to know how you let your son get kidnapped basically by him.
What is his name? I just had his tab pulled up too.
I'm gonna save your son's life, but he belongs to. I'm like, excuse me?
Diabolico.
I'm like, hold on now. And then you don't realize them. I was like, I can't even put him up there. It's just y'all commanding human is an idiot. Captain, it's always a Mitchell, man.
Whoa.
wow.
Well, now.
Wow. Just go ahead, Cedric. Go ahead.
Oh, this is where I had Diva Talks.
Hey, Diva Talk. It took me a while to realize. I was like, oh, Diva's in her name. Makes sense.
And the Falcons fucking suck.
Diabolical. He was.
Oh, you guys won't believe some woozy stuff my app just pulled.
Mm-hmm.
They switched them.
Yeah.
Did anyone have Ivan?
Ivan Ooze?
Yeah.
I thought about it.
I can't. So I liked him because that's their premiere movie. Like that's the only like true full on big production that like started it off. Where you're like, listen, we really making money out here. We making these Power Ranger suits, these Zords, everything looking smooth as all hell. But I didn't put him in here for the sole fact that this thing only was around for the movie.
Yeah.
And plus the way they did the tangas in him was low-key nasty. Like my man really snotted them out. I was like, that's nasty. I can't have you here. You unclean. But he was funny.
He was hilarious. He destroyed the command center too.
Yeah, he did. He made them giant ass robots made of ooze.
Mm-hmm. Infused with
He hypnotized an entire city.
Yeah,
all adults.
But then he got kicked in the nuts and threw into a comet. So, like, they really hit this ejector button and kneed him in the dick. And then tossed him into a comet, and he blew up. That was the one time you saw Zed and Rita cheering for the Power Rangers. Go Rangers! Go Rangers!
As he put him in a snow globe.
Oh, that was funny. Then the pig dude out there, and they're like, we never really liked them anyway.
Oh my gosh. Byron, who you got, man? Who you got as we're climbing? Because I think I'm getting close to my I've already said some of my top people, but I got a couple more. So
next I had the Psycho Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Mm-hmm. They good peoples.
Good. A whole team of evil Rangers. Man, I was like, what is the Rangers gonna do? Back when I was little, seeing these guys, I was like, I don't know if they can beat them. They were just smoking them.
It gets rough when you see your team start getting smoked. I'm like, dang, I don't even know if I can claim y'all. I might just go back to claiming Mighty Morphin.
To be fair, that's why I always claim Mighty Morphin.
I was sitting here, I was like, dang, a whole team?
Whole squad. Whole squad.
Dang. They were acting like they were the modded versions of the Power Rangers, just jumping in them and just start beating their ass.
They really were just in there whooping their ass.
Like, man.
And it was on site too, bro. Every time.
Oh, absolutely. and it may be, you may be walking around like Earth, just chilling by yourself, and the one Psycho Ranger showing up for your ass.
Wasn't there one episode where they like didn't talk because they didn't want the Psycho Ranger to show up?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's how they were spooked.
Yes, sir. They knew what it was.
They weren't prepared for that life. Like they were like, dang, who are these people? Oh,
man, we may lose. We may low-key die.
Oh my gosh. But no, I just wanted this part. I just wanted to shout out because Cedric already shouted them out to the minions who always were about that work, Goldar and Cliptor. Just shouting both of them out because they were about that action every week.
So,
man, they weren't afraid. They drew them swords out, and it was about.
And they always getting blamed for everything.
Right. They was out here trying.
Or look, so if we doing the honorable mention minion thing, and hold on, the honorable mention minion thing, I may have to take because I forget his name. Because I gotta throw out dude because dude had like 3 different versions of a Zord and was out there fighting these niggas in Ninja Storm and was losing every time.
Oh, what was his name?
That's the worst when you're like, at least they weren't, man. An actor just be like, "Hey, you about to lose again today?" But it's all good. He put up a fight.
Like my dude really had like 3 different versions of his like Ninja Sphere Zord is doing the same thing as the Power Rangers, and man, he was still. You
said Ninja Storm.
Yeah,
Thunder Rangers.
No, it was the Night Wolf dude. Night Wolf dude. Wasn't him? Really? Oh, dang. Oh, that's Mystic Force. I'm an idiot.
That's Mystic Force. Correct.
Because I had him too, because he was out here fighting too.
Yeah.
Oh, Night Wolf, yeah. Korag is dope.
Who's that person in Ninja? I'm getting hot. I was rewatching Mystic Force. I'm like, man, who is this?
Zurgang.
Yeah.
Zurgang. My guy was really out here every go. His Zord gets blown up. He come back with some modifications. He's like, I can now do the same thing y'all do. I got the little spear thing. I got my own little drop thing. The little add-on weapons. Still lose. No, Ganell, you missed your first field goal. What? No, that's not the move.
Man.
How far was it?
All right, Byron. Who are some of your top people?
Next out of the list, I had one of the OG, the evil Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver.
That's my nigga.
Green.
I wish I would have left him alone, let him stay evil.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cap.
Because I was
Green with evil.
Watching the clip earlier where he hopped up in the Megazord and just jaded him in the Megazord and threw him out.
Also, that was woozy too, because I'm sitting here like when you watch that as an adult, I'm like, damn, y'all don't close the door.
They closed the door. We just in this bitch.
Like that man really just said, "Aya," and then I said, "Huh?"
He's one of the few evil rangers to throw a beam. And my man threw that big old green beam at the ass. I was like, yeah, blow them up. Like, he was for real. He was one of the evil rangers I was low-key rooting for. I was like, yeah, man, we don't need them. If you out here doing all this work by yourself, we really don't need these 5.
Like, I was really sitting there too. And it was just one of those things. Like when you watch it now, it's like, hold on. When they had the reveal of like when they found out who the Green Ranger was, it was like, y'all didn't think it was the dude who was wearing green every day to school. Y'all wear the same colors every day to school too. Like what, anyone who wears the same colors every school day gives it away. If someone out there got a night, if someone's there changing up their style, you know they ain't a Ranger. But if someone's like, dang, let me wear this red tank top today, Tuesday, it's snowing in Angel Grove, let me switch to the red sweater. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? But not
he was out there doing it.
Green with evil, and I'm if you haven't listened to our first, no, that wasn't even the first one. That was it was the series one.
Yep.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, make sure you listen to that because Cedric also, for you guys who don't know, also explains that Tommy was supposed to be done after that, but the kids were writing in.
We was out here tripping. The kids was out here tripping.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't eating. I ain't going to school until you give me more Power Rangers with Tommy.
Like,
them came one of the best Rangers of them all.
The best one.
One of them, man. Shit, that nigga is number one.
Dr.
Tommy Oliver. My man got like 5 different titles.
Married to Catherine. Yep. I said, huh? I was like, dang. I thought baby me would be like, dang, you didn't end up with Kimberly? Sad.
Nah, she wrote that letter. It was a wrap.
Dear John letter.
Dear God. If she wrote that letter, I was like, it's a wrap. It's done. Like, it's over.
Well, I mean, I had Tommy in my top 2 too, because I even forgot what my rankings were because I was just naming all the people, but I had him in my top 2 because, I mean, what Byron said's already been said. Dude was in there, flute and all, Dragon Zord, evil, coming to class. See, that's the thing too. Those would get me the weakest. You really sit next to this dude in geometry and like, dang, you really had to punch me like that yesterday night? Like those are the ones.
Man. When he almost exposed Kimberly out there.
That was bad.
In the hallway.
Locker? Yeah, that was bad.
I was like, ooh.
Like, that was bad. Like, I was like, hold on now. We don't need to be exposing people's identities in the hallway.
I was like, fuck it. Go ahead. Like, do it. Shit. What's the word? Look, what's the worst that could happen? Like, you end up fighting in school and you whooping her ass one-on-one. So we know this. Like,
oh, man, that dear John letter, that gets me weak. Oh, man, Cedric, I'm assuming you had a Mr. Tommy in your top 2 as well?
Yeah. Well, top 3. Like I said, I made a version of a list for people who don't become good Rangers because some of these villains really were working hard out here.
They were.
One of my people who I had that became a Ranger was good old Trent Fernandez.
Trent
Mercer.
My gosh. Ranger. Jesus. He was, oh Lord, they were getting smoked.
Like, he was the one that I was like, watching this show, because of course, like, Tommy's out in the show. Of course, I was like, man. I was like, so this is what it was like, huh? You probably having those moments of just like, wow, this is what it was like having to deal with an evil Power Ranger who's coming to fucking school. And it's like, and I'm up in here and I have to pretend like this nigga ain't an evil Power Ranger sitting in class. Like,
oh, man.
And it was like, man, it was always on site with his ass too.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had that super, like their like power up mode before you got to like the whole like Megazord, because that's the first time we started to see like Super Power Ranger mode type of thing.
Mm-hmm. True. Where like they would have like the white on their uniforms, like come out and be scales and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Low key, don't worry, we out here watching some shit. Okay, it's like. We know what that is. What is? Man, he was just out here with the shits, and I fucks with them.
Okay. Byron.
Top 2. So I had Tommy at 3. Then I have Lord Zed at number 2.
See, that's my number 1.
Big brain.
He was just changing anything into a monster, bro. He didn't care.
My man, throw that staff.
Household items, family heirlooms. He didn't care. He just wanted the Power Rangers gone by any means necessary.
I fucked with Lord Zed. That's why, like, I had to give him my number 1. Well, granted, I still have like a number like 2 evil villain, but Lord Zed's up there. Him was out there sacrificing.
Lord Zed really came in there and was like, Rita, you out here, you ain't getting the job done. I'm here now. I run this.
Then married Rita. Mm-hmm. That was one of the best part. Like, I was like watching, like, wow, you both was talking shit to each other for a whole 2 episodes. That's what I really realized as a young child. I was like, sometimes love is just talking shit to somebody.
I mean, also, I wanted to throw this dude out too. That from Power Rangers Samurai, because he was on site too. Decker, who was played by Cole, he was on site, even though that Ranger Cole, went to jail for involuntary manslaughter. So that was that too.
I don't know if it was involuntary. I feel like that was voluntary.
Oh, yeah, just picking up your sword and stabbing your roommate in the chest. and only getting 3 years.
Well,
But Decker was on site. He would draw that sword and he'd be about it too.
Yeah, you're just trying to find that perfect person to fight.
I know, he was acting like he was an anime person. He's like, I want that one perfect person to fight before I die. That was, but no, I had Zed there as well, but I think it was like I was just switching back and forth. But let me just say this dude's name now. All right. So Zanaku.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just like Cedric. I had Zed because Zed was really just changing stuff. We don't even I don't even think we get the Thunder Zords if it wasn't for Zed. But
Facts.
We don't get the Thunder, all them damn Zords. But this man Zanaku, in the spirit of Halloween 2 and that wolf mask, I've been watching anime. I haven't seen a thrashing like that when you first show up. Like, it was bad. That was bad.
Madara,
I know, but this was like until Madara, like how many years?
I was going to say, like, I thought you said that you never saw one. I was like, man, Madara should have been clapped the whole unit.
That was bad. But just think of that gap. Like, I didn't see Madara until I was like a young, like teenage, like young, close to like 18, something like that. But
yeah,
that's fair.
That's a big gap.
Though I will give this, like, in comparison to, like, the reason I also threw Trent up there is because he was taking Zords too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But his streak, I feel like he was even longer than Zanaku. Like, Zanaku, they had to turn Zanaku good because I think, honestly, they were running out of Zords. They wouldn't be able to. No, like, in logistics-wise, if he would have kept taking, they wouldn't have been able to make a Megazord.
Music started playing. It got dark. They opened. I said, even those little damn minions, I was like, y'all messing with powers. Y'all don't understand. Don't open that casket. Because if y'all don't know what's in there, you should leave that be.
He really showed them, too. It's like, you guys say you're Duke Orgs. No, you're not Duke Orgs.
All them Rangers are like,
orgs.
all them Rangers are like, what's that? And then zoom, zoom, zoom. I was like, huh? I was like, wait, how are y'all demorphed? Y'all only took one hit. And that Blue Ranger, I've said it, he needed to you can't be getting face dragged like that, bro. You can't. I don't care what season.
My man really got this like, it was bad.
It was.
It was so bad.
He said, my elephant Zord, he took it. They're like, wait, how could an orc take a Zord? I said, this one's different. And he took y'all Zords, had his own Zords, could make a Mega Zord.
Predator, yeah.
I was sitting there, I was like, and then I was like, bro, Cedric was right, because this man was really snatching them up by the dozens, like, doesn't quit. He's like, dang, you on the ground? Let me take yours too. And you would see their Zord disappear from whatever place their Zords were at. I'm like,
Animaria.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, man, they were turning to stone. He turned them bitches to stone. Like, that's another rule. Like, so there was some time I think he used a couple of them. I think Giraffe. Was it Giraffe? I think he used a couple of them as his attachment. But other than that, you just stone on sight. Like, you weren't moving. Because I remember when they're like alternate Zords came in and tried to fight all the dudes' Zords, and they're like, no. Like, the one Ape Zord was throwing bananas and shit. I was like, y'all ain't, this ain't the move. Like, y'all about to get your asses whooped.
Not the bananas. It was bad. Like, I was sitting here, I was like, so y'all about to call them other Rangers? Because this is even like, y'all five can't cut it.
No, they were not.
Like, you gonna call Time Force? You gonna call somebody? Like,
I think my favorite image is like when he jumps up and just see that shadow on the moon.
Yep.
Menacing.
I said, dang. I was like, all right, Cole, you the Red Ranger. This will be your big one-on-one fight. I said, oh, no it's not. No, this ain't for you, Wode. No.
But maybe we should just sit over here and watch.
He's up there in my top, and then Zed and Mr. Lord Zed. But another one which I wish if we could get this animated or a YouTube series or whatever, Lord Drakon.
Yep.
He would have been. I mean, I've read the stuff. He's about that life too. I just wish we could. I just couldn't. He's an honorable because we haven't. I wish we could get that like into an animated series or like a YouTube thing.
If that happened, whatever I'm watching is on hold until I finish that.
Dope.
Even if you let it out weekly, I ain't watching nothing else but that. Everything that has to take my full 100% focus because the storyline, as you guys know, is super wild. Like, there's like Rangers on Rangers out here. Like, like almost everybody's a Power Ranger.
I know.
And my man really is militarized Power Rangers. It's nuts. I love it.
Like, the design is real.
Yeah,
like,
his design is hard.
Like, he just looks like he is about the life. Like, I'm just sitting there, I was like, dang, bro, y'all got to make this happen somehow. Make a GoFundMe, release the Lord release the cut, like the Schneider cut. Let's do it. Something.
Release the Dragon cut.
Yeah. Shattered grid.
Dude was out here for real. Like, he smoked. Like, he killed Rangers. He do it.
Yeah.
He was about it, but yeah, those were my top ones. Zed, Zanaku, and then Honorable Lord Dragon, because he'd be up there because he was about the life.
Good stuff. I have one honorable mention with people, but if they're like Rangers, it's the Thunder Rangers.
Oh yeah,
Yep. They were cool.
Oddly enough, a lot of my favorite bad people who became Rangers were Power Rangers. So it's it is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Byron, do you have any other? Did you have some people we missed?
No, I had Zanaku as number one as well. But I don't have any honorable mentions.
Okay. Cedric, do you have anyone else? Or some other people?
Not really. I mean, I could name other people who are good, but not really on the list.
No, fair enough. I mean, 41 minutes. I think we got the important people listed out well, and I think we named some pretty good villains who gave the Rangers some work. Mm-hmm. I mean, shoot, there were times where I was like, even though he wasn't a bad guy, but the Magnet Defender really wasn't messing with them Power Rangers. He said, y'all get out of my way. I'm killing this dude. He took my son. He said, I'll kill y'all too. He was getting me weak.
He was only had one mission, revenge.
I mean, there are so many people, honestly, who was out here who was we don't conform to teamwork and end up working out though. So
the Quantum Ranger.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh,
he's a whole human. His whole brain works a little differently than the rest of the team. He's you guys see this as this. I'm here to exterminate. I don't give a damn. That's all I'm here for.
Oh, that episode where he got a battle, I'll never forget. Jen said, Eric, we need to work together. He looked back and said, I work alone. Quantum power. I was like, what? I was like, bro, your Zord is on the ground. How are you doing this? Oh, man. But no, that is it for our top Power Ranger villains for the month of October. So then I was thinking then for the month of December, since that is Christmas time, toys, we finally do the Megazord one.
Oh man.
Wow.
Since that goes with the spirit of Christmas and toys, because man, nothing was better than when Santa dropped the Megazord off. Oh man, those were good times.
Man, this is gonna be
that list is tough.
Just for people to understand something, my sources are now gone. Netflix used to have all the Power Ranger shit. They don't have it anymore. I can't watch.
Whoa! Time out! Since when?
Bro, for a minute now, if you go on Netflix, they only have Mighty Morphin and I think the two most recent ones.
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
Excuse me, Netflix?
Yeah, bro, what you mean? Where did you think they was getting all this room for this new content they've been dropping? What do you think Squid Game came from nowhere?
Man, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look at the funds. I mean, I'm gonna have to start buying the ditch. Oh, okay.
You better than me. I haven't seen them enough. I'll go on YouTube because I know people got them.
That is true.
Yeah,
I'll try to find stuff on YouTube.
That is true. But Cedric, Byron, any last things y'all want to say before we sign off?
Nah, man. I mean, this was fun. Enjoy the Power Rangers.
Hey, Byron?
Yeah, I've had fun on this episode. Check out our other content. We got a lot of great stuff.
The road to 2K.
Yes, the road to 2K.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Man. Ooh.
I think
just go ahead, share the video, help us get to 2K real fast.
Right.
I think, we are, as of, I can let y'all know right now. We're at 1,925 as of October 3rd.
So 75 more? Let's
I say
go.
you need to hire an intern that hits refresh like this Mark Zuckerberg out here. We're looking for those for that 1 million Facebook member.
That's true. Good intern. I could put that on Indeed. Just need someone to refresh the page.
It's like refresh. Are we there? Oh,
and then I'll be like, hey, I can't pay you, but remember, if you were young, you could just lie on that resume. Good experience.
I am weak.
And with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to L7C podcast. You guys take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.